studied the case.
There was a limited investigation, but certainly nowhere what needed to be done under the circumstances of the case.
What didn't they do?
They didn't conduct the tests that would have happened here in the United States. Law enforcement in other countries, they have limited resources. They don't have the testing that we do. They don't have the financial resources. And that's really what happened here.
With the Zambian police investigation over, Bianca's cremation soon followed. Neama Ramani.
Prosecutors believed that Larry Rudolph was a flight risk and a danger, and argued for no bond. The defense tried to convince the judge to allow him to remain on house arrest, but the judge said absolutely not. I'm not going to treat Larry Rudolph differently just because he has a lot of money.
The judge denied bail. Larry would stay in jail. There was someone else the government was keeping an eye on. Lori Milliron.
Lori and Larry's affair was a huge piece of the circumstantial puzzle, and the reason that Larry had a motive to kill Bianca.
Lori was back in Phoenix managing the dental practice remotely. Meanwhile, the U.S. Attorney's Office was taking a closer look at the transcript of her grand jury testimony. Former prosecutor Ramani read the transcript too.
Lori was very evasive during the grand jury testimony. There were a lot of I don't recalls, I don't remember, and her story shifted over time.
6 weeks after she testified, Lori's attorney, John Dill, got his mother's death.
This wasn't a smoking gun case. This was a case about individual pieces of circumstantial evidence.
That circumstantial evidence included FBI ballistics tests, which, along with those photos of Bianca's wound, indicated that the gun would have been 1 to 3 feet away from Bianca's chest when it was
able to convince those jurors that this was an accident, he would walk. And if not, he would be convicted.
Lori didn't take the stand, but her defense insisted she had no part in Bianca's death. On a Friday, the trial took place.
Guilty verdict for a dentist accused of shooting and killing his wife.
Larry was convicted of all counts: premeditated murder and mail fraud. Lori was convicted of being an accessory after the fact to murder. She was convicted of obstruction of justice and convicted of some, but not all of the perjury charges.
But that wasn't the end of the story. Far from it. After the